Hey you guys, it's me Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. So I had a totally different video planned for you guys, and I guess I'll upload it tomorrow. But I got some real bad news today. Figured that I would just spend some quiet time with Preacher while I tell you guys about it and how I feel and all my thoughts. Preacher, come on. So Rhino was euthanized today. I had worked with the people that were trying to save him extensively. We got a rescue set up, somebody that is extremely experienced and was perfectly willing to take him and work with him. We thought that we had figured it out. We thought we were in the clear, and they euthanized him literally after we thought everything was put together. And it was a really cold and callous thing to do. And Preacher, come here, back over here. And I had even spoken, oddly enough, the woman who had him, the woman who adopted him and had him less than 24 hours, she contacted me. And for the longest time, she wouldn't tell me her story. And when she finally did, or the worst part about it was that she goes, there's nothing that we could have done differently to have prevented this from happening. And that really annoyed me and made me mad, because I had also spoken to a woman who, whenever I went to Houston to go see my bird, a woman contacted me who said that she had actually spoken with the woman who adopted the dog, and they had told her exactly what to do. And she said it was amazing because they told her to do exactly what I said to do, which was to kennel the dog. But of course they didn't do that. And I guess the story is that the dog, after the fight and all that, I guess the dog they thought it had a seeing problem. It couldn't see very well because it was bumping into stuff. And so the husband slept with the dog out in the living room, and then the girlfriend or wife, whatever, came out in the morning, and the dog kind of like walked up to her and then bit her and then lunged at her again. And she wasn't sure whether or not the dog could see or not, and whether or not he recognized her. And the truth of the matter is, when you bring a dog like that, a protection, a guardian breed, into your home, and it doesn't know you, you know what I mean? Like, it literally just got there, and it spent the whole night sleeping and bonding with the husband. Preacher, come here. And then you walk in. That is a risky business right there. And that's why we say kennel the dog. Because when you kennel the dog, it has so much time to learn how your life runs and how things go and how to avoid getting into problems. Preacher, now, get out of the trash pile. Let's go. And for her to sit there and say that there's nothing they could have done differently was just really a sign to me that they're not prepared at all to be rescuing dogs in the first place. Because anytime something goes wrong, we can always look at the situation and see, how could we have done better? What could we have done to avoid this in the future? Somebody that says there's nothing they could have done differently is a person that doesn't want to take any responsibility and isn't willing to admit fault. And it really makes me mad that this dog was failed so much. And one of the things that she said was that the dog was clearly not a very well-bred dog. She said he looked like he had some neo-mastiff in him. I guess he was bow-legged, things like that. You know, just not bred by a good breeder. And it's like, what makes me mad, and this might sound like it's a tangent, but you know, I deal with harassment by people all the time, right? Because I'm an easy target, right? I'm on YouTube, and I don't lie. I show my mistakes. I show everything. And I show whether or not my dogs, you know, what they go through, this and that. And there's this Instagram page called Exposing Bad Breeders that's really been trying to go after me. And I've talked about, I've talked about this so many times, you guys. I talk about how there are real bad breeders out there. And they're easy to find. All you have to do is go on Craigslist and you can find these people. And the craziest thing is they're very easy to stop. All you have to do is flag their post. If enough people flag their post, then not only does the ad go down, but if it happens enough, they'll actually flag your account and you won't be able to post anymore. Like, it'll look like you posted, but it'll do a ghost posting where basically you can see it, but nobody else can see it. And these people who proclaim themselves to be these amazing people, stopping bad breeders, yada yada, who I know personally have a vendetta against me because I know who these people are. I've seen them post on Facebook about owning the account and hating me. And they troll me remember how you guys are always like, oh wow, somebody disliked the page already? It's those people. And they sit there and they act like they're trying to do a good thing. And because they're focused on me in this selfish pursuit because they don't like me, people who bred rhino, who sell the dogs to people that just get rid of the dog because it ate up their furniture, get away with it. And they continue to breed dogs, and they continue to sell dogs to bad homes, and those dogs will continue to go to shelters and be put down. Because when we sit there and we look at this and we say, how could this have been prevented? What could we have done to stop this in the future? The reality is that it literally takes knocking down those bad breeders, because good breeders don't sell dogs to people that don't know how to handle them. Not to mention that when you spend as much money on a dog as I charge, you're not just going to take that dog and give it away for free. Nobody's going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, believe me, I get people griping all the time about how I don't give them breeding rights. If they're going to spend that kind of money, they want breeding rights. They want to do whatever they want with the dog, you know? Or the colorist people, which if I'm going to spend that much, I deserve to be able to choose what color I want. Believe me. And I would rather hear that. I would rather hear that type of elitism over what they think they deserve for that price than to sell my dog so cheap that it's like, whatever. It ate up my $1,000 couch, whatever. Take it to the shelter. You know what I mean? I would much rather sell my dogs for a price that it makes that much more difficult. Not to mention that we are very stringent about the people we sell our dogs to. Good breeders don't just sell their dogs to anybody who asks. You know what I mean? And that's why we have questions on our application like, where does the dog sleep at night? Where is the dog whenever you go to work? Because we want you to be able to say something like, oh, well, I'm going to let him have free reign of the house. That way we can tell you, hey, look, probably not the best idea. Preacher, come here. Preacher, come here. Let's go. And it really makes me mad. And I'm sorry if I sound like I'm mad right now, but I am mad. I'm very mad. I was heavily invested in this dog. I had donations going. I had everything going for this dog to get him saved. And nothing that we could do could save that dog. Nothing. I reached out to people that don't even like me. Okay? That's how far I went. People that actively hate me, that talk crap about me online, I reached out to them, knowing they don't like me, because it doesn't matter. It's about saving a life. And we weren't able to do it because the people at the shelter are so used to killing dogs that they just don't care. And when we look at this situation, we say, how do we fix this? How do we stop dogs from being euthanized that are just being dogs? Could you imagine? This dog has just not had a good life. He didn't have a chance. He never had a chance. From his breeder to his first owner to the people that adopted him after that. Never had a chance. And what does he get for it? With all the humans that failed him, what does he get for it? He gets a needle in the arm and put down. Probably to be cremated with a bunch of other dogs. That is such a tragedy. And I wish to God that people would actually do something about it. You act like you people act like you want to stop bad breeders, then actually stop real bad breeders. Go on to Craigslist and start flagging ads. Because best believe, when I used to work at the Animal Trustees in Austin, and whenever I used to volunteer at the Humane Society, there's like one on North Side. That's what they used to do. They used to sit in their office and just flag Craigslist ads. That's what they used to do. Just flag them down. You get enough people, everybody signs into their account and everybody flags one. And boom, they're down. Very quickly, boom, they're down. And I'm telling you, you do it enough, not only are these people not going to be able to sell their dogs, they're going to stop doing it. When you make it so hard that they can't do it, they stop doing it. Because the reality is, the buyers are always going to be there. There's always going to be people looking for a cheap dog because they don't care. They think that they're all the same. I've seen it. There was somebody that made a post on my group today, on my Facebook group, talking about, do papers matter? Yes, papers matter. Absolutely. Because when they don't matter, you support bad breeders. That's why. You support people that sell dogs to people like these people whose dogs get euthanized. That's what happens. So, I hate to say it, but these people act like they're trying to make a difference, and they're not. My dogs aren't in shelters. You want to do something, you want to stop real bad breeders, you get your butt on Craigslist and you start knocking those bad breeders down. That's what you do. Stop going after people that are actually trying to be good and that are actually trying to raise good dogs, and they interview people and they do the right thing. So, there it is. We lost a dog. You know what I mean? We lost him. Rhino's gone. And I'm sorry. I had so many people contact me. I can't tell you how many people were willing to take this dog. And they euthanized him instead. They killed him. So, it is what it is, but I hate to say it. I'll upload a happier video tomorrow, but tonight's not the night. I hope you guys have a good night. Better than mine, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.